a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Minnesota Vikings. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys coming off a road victory in the opener, looking to make it 2 straight to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys, on the other hand, weren't as fortunate in the opener, so they'll look for their first win here at home in week 2. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Oh, able to avoid him. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Now McCarthy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Here is 3rd down and 4.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing is McCarthy. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
An opening drive sack. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
A 10-yard gain.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They'll try and run for him. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of the team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And they work this well up field across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down. It's a gain of 25
one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll try the left side. It's Chapman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11.
They'll keep it on the ground. Now Chapman. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 44.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up third and
From the
2.
gun on third down, Jackson. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
On first down, it's Chapman. And he dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The 11-yard line.
Here's a second and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for number 11.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
8 yards to go.
Now it's Jackson. He finds his man complete. That's Chapman. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Throwing is Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 36-yard line. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Third and 5.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
To throw is Jackson.
Second and 2.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Chapman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got some space here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10. Now Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Jackson now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Kramer. The Ravens on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And it thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Looking to put a drive together. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's downfield. He's got Loveland. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's McCarthy. And he will find his man on the outside. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Ravens take over.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Here's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 37.
To the air with McCarthy. Over the middle, complete. It's Hogan. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Vikings had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
From the gun on 3rd down, McCarthy. That is caught. And he will have the Vikings 1st down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up. 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Genty trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll try to run this one in. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. McCarthy going to sneak it. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. McCarthy going to sneak it. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for a touchdown. J.J. McCarthy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Kramer. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Up the middle they go. Chapman. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Logan. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's Logan. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Over the middle, complete. That's Logan. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Just a gain of a couple there.
Complete.
And that will bring up second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Ravens.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
3rd down.
Sticking with the pass. Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Colston Loveland, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Ravens 7.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A gain of 9.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And that'll be incomplete.
Intended for number
2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
McCarthy off the play fake. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. And he hits him in stride. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now McCarthy. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. On play action. Now McCarthy. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
And 10 yards to go.
A final shot before break. McCarthy. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. Our journey through the NFL starts now, and it begins at Arrowhead, the Chiefs at home to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's Jordan Addison. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. 58 yards for the score. The Steelers get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. Next up, we go to Charlotte. We'll look in on the Panthers. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. And this is a touchdown. With that, a look at the rest of the scores from a jam-packed Week 2 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, a fairly even first half, all things considered. 14-7 is the halftime score, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
2 yards to go, second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Chapman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. From the gun, Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
First down.
They go play action with Jackson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. On first down, it's Genty. Credit into the 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And the Vikings.
12 yards there, first down Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Looking to throw. McCarthy. It's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. but his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown. Colston Loveland, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Ravens 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To throw is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard
Jackson.
line.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vikings offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy over the middle. That's to Loveland, the tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain
Third
of 7.
down and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 19-yard line.
On play action, McCarthy. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 7.
Jackson now. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
To number 26. A 3-yard pickup.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have the Ravens 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Down, Baltimore.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Ravens.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Quick strikeout wide by Jackson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. There we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. He finds his man, complete. That's Chapman. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Now it's Jackson. Intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now out comes Minnesota. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A run out of the gun with Genty. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9 here.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
Here's McCarthy. That is caught. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll give out of the gun to Genty. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On the give, Genty. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Genty. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
McCarthy going to sneak it. They only get a hard 30-yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
That's another Vikings 1st down. 1st down. And
he'll decide to keep this once more. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. J.J. McCarthy with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team thought they let one get away in the opener, and not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Ravens taking the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. From the gun, it's Jackson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Baltimore, 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward of him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
14 yards.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jackson. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
12 yards.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Minnesota, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.